What? What's going on, guys? Bruce here with Down the Rabbit Hole podcast. I'm your host here with your co-host Anthony Lucas. Guys, another good topic as usual, right? We're gonna make you think today. We're gonna talk about a topic that may be uncomfortable for some people, and as always, we're just gonna give you our own genuine opinions, what we find, what we've researched out there that's on the web. Um, I think moving forward, I'm gonna try my best to also give you guys where we got the information from, right? The website or the source of the video. Just just to be a little bit, so you guys could do your own due diligence and go down the rabbit hole yourself. But today's topic, we're gonna start. It's human trafficking, right? Human trafficking is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about, but it's something that is really happening. It's real, right? And it's something that we should definitely pay attention to. I mean, there's celebrities out there paying attention to this and fighting. People don't even know, like Ashton Kutcher, right? He's actually on one of the front lines when it comes to things that are going on to stop it. But I'll start with you, Anthony, man. What I know you said you just looked into some stuff and you were like, wow. So I mean, what did you find?
Yeah, man, I definitely looked into some stuff and I definitely went down the rabbit hole, man, and it is nuts like how bad human trafficking is, man. And like, like even before this, like, I was kind of thinking when we first did human trafficking, and a lot of people probably feel this way too, like, because I kind of felt this way. I was like, man, like, is human trafficking really as bad as people make it out to be? And like, how, like, is it really that bad? Like, is it really that many people going missing and stuff like that? That's what I mean. Obviously, human trafficking is horrible, but it was like, is that many people really going missing? Because like I've like, in my 33 years, I've never known anybody to ever like go missing around me. What about you? Like, have you ever had or knew like a family member that went missing? So it was like,
No,
and I think that's kind of why like it's a little like, less of a topic for people because it's like you don't notice it, you know what I mean? But like when I started going through the statistics, like if these statistics are true, it's insane, man. Like so you think about it, the top 10 highest rates of human trafficking, man. The biggest top 10 states are Nevada, Mississippi, Florida, Ohio, Georgia, Delaware, California, Missouri, Michigan, Texas. And you would think it would be like more like of a big city area and stuff like that. And I'm sure like you think about some of these places that probably happen in like suburbs, you know what I'm saying? Like not these like big city places that you would think. And then listen, it's the number one state is Nevada. So Nevada for every 100,000 people. So every 100,000 people you have in that state, 7.8 people. That's the
bro. You know what?
average.
Wow,
For every 100,000 people, 7 people gone, like, put into human trafficking.
that doesn't seem like a lot, but that is
Yeah,
a
that's a
lot.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot,
It's a
man, like,
lot.
you know what I mean? So, like, cause you think about it, that population has, 100,000, 300,000. That's 21 people put in the human trafficking, and that's just the average, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that number could be higher, you know? So there's like, certain months or certain, months or, days that there's just people gone. So now Mississippi, for every 100,000, it's five. Florida, for every 100,000 is four. Ohio, every 100,000 is three. Georgia, it's 3.8, so really you could call that four. So same thing with Georgia is 3.81. So you just call that four. So Delaware 3.81, that's four. California 3.8, so you can just call that four. Missouri, 3.7, pretty much four. The same thing, Michigan, like all these are pretty much four. So like, you think about this every 100,000, four people are going. And it's like that's sad, man. And there's three different types of like major human trafficking that they kind of have. So obviously they have, the child, sex trafficking. Then they have adult sex trafficking. Then there's labor trafficking, and then child trafficking for labor as well. So it's like, sheesh, man. Like just to think about that, like I got a little girl. Imagine one of your kids just gone. You can't find them. They just get snatched up. And in today's age, cameras, all that stuff, man. Like you think about it, it's just like, can it really happen? But it does happen. You know what I'm saying? Like people are really honestly out here going. So, and it's just like when when you sit here and think about it, like who wants to do stuff like this with kids and stuff like that, or people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you hear it a lot, and this is like, we like to go down the rabbit hole, but you think about this, like how many government officials, how many, because those are the people that are paying for this. Like, people, wealthy people, like people like me and you aren't out here affording people like this. You know what I'm saying? Like to just have them
That's money.
around. That's
That's big
big.
money.
That's big money. So it's like that's the scary part. Like, like people that you're like walking around or working for, or you're looking up to this person. That person could possibly, taking part
Involved.
into, yeah, into this human trafficking. And I this is only United States. This isn't like talking about overseas.
Yeah, it's
Overseas
worse.
is
It's worse over there.
worse. Yeah,
It's way
it's
worse.
even worse. Like, some kids are literally born into human trafficking or into, sex law, like, doing sexual things and stuff like that. They're literally made and born in this world to do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to be horrible,
Like
man.
China. Like there's a
Yes.
lot of in China. Did you hear about that? It was like this one. I don't have the resource or the source where I got the information from, but I'm sure you might have heard it. It was very popular when it was trending for a little while when it came out. this Chinese girl that's in one of those like slave camps, I guess you could call it,
Hmm.
or labor camps or whatever, where they only get paid like the lowest, craziest wage, right? Like it's like you're still a slave basically.
Yeah, yeah, for
Um,
sure.
he wrote a letter inside like one of the products or whatever, and someone in another country, I don't know if it was the US or whatever, found a letter of the girl saying, "Come, help us or whatever. We're in these camps and we're working for this much and we can't do anything, blah blah blah." In
Oh,
somewhere in China, bro. So, because a lot of products are made in China, so they
yeah.
slipped a little note in the product to hopefully it gets to the right person. So it's real, man. That's crazy statistics when you think about that. Like it's crazy, man. And to me, like, how can like think about the you said celebrities, politicians, big people with big money, like Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Yeah,
Look at that case
that's
right there. It's a perfect example. This guy
perfect.
was like, this was a powerful man,
Yeah.
and the connections he had was with other powerful men, including people in high levels of government, even in like the UK, right?
Mhm.
In other countries, that were, I guess you could say, possibly in this whole, thing, this whole, whatever you want to call it, ring, right? I think they call it a sex trafficking ring. It's like an organization,
Yeah.
right? So, man, there's so much. But what else did you find out there?
But it's like, well, let's stay on that subject. Like, just think about this, man. Like, guy was going out there with kids with his wife. Maxine, uh, Gilleen,
Anything
whatever
else?
her name is. Like, I think it was. I'm sorry, I can't like pronounce it.
Just get something with a G, right? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see right now. Uh, Max
Yeah. I don't know. Something with a G.
Maxwell. I know it's like Justine Maxwell or something like that.
Yeah. hmm
Let's see.
But that's very public. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
So we're not. That's something you could look up easily yourself. But
Yeah, it's just like I can't say it. Justine is spelled with a Ghislaine. Justine Maxwell. So it's like you think about this, like man, imagine like you and your girl just going out looking for kids in high school. Like you know what I'm saying? Like who the hell would do that? And they were doing this. This wasn't like something that it was like just done for like 1 or 2 years. This was done for like 20 plus years. Like he got
yeah,
so rich, he bought an island, like and then even still, like Justine, like you don't even hear about her case as much as you hear about Jeffrey Epstein. So it's like and you know why you don't hear about her case because she had ties with the British family. It goes to their oldest son that they kind of like trying to like put in a closet somewhere. The
yeah.
oldest son, they're trying to like like because he was over there all the time, and you can't sit here and tell me that you don't know a kid is 15, 13, 12, whatever age. You can't sit here and tell me that these are really young girls. Like, hey, like Donald Trump tries to say there, it was a very, very beautiful woman, nice young lady, like, come on, bro.
Mhm.
Like, there's no way you can't sit here and tell me that's not no 15, 16-year old. Like, out of all those girls you were hanging out. And then they were taking pictures with them. Like, they were so bold. They were out here in public on the red carpet taking pictures with these kids, man. That's
Yep.
how like, people, that's power right there. You know what I'm saying? That's straight arrogance and power what they were doing.
They're
Uh
like, fuck it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It's pronounced Giselle. Is that how it's pronounced? Giselle? I thought it was like Christine or something like that. But
No, something with a G.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was
she's the one that was basically recruiting. Did you hear about that chick from Smallville, the show that was recruiting too, doing the same thing that this Giselle's doing?
Nah, nah, I didn't know that.
One of the main actresses from look it up. One of the main actresses from Smallville.
Let's look it up.
Go on
Let's go
Google.
and let's Google
Yeah,
it.
go to Google real quick. Put a female actress from Smallville goes to court for whatever human trafficking. I think she already got locked up. Bro,
It's
she
really
was a
bad.
young
It's really
bro.
bad
She was a
and
young
much on
star. Like she was a young, promising actress, and I honestly think, bro, like, yeah, she could be sick in her head, but I feel like she was also just maybe grew up in that lifestyle and was just influenced to be sick in the head. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
be
nah,
okay
for
with
sure.
the weird shit like that because She grew up in Hollywood, like mostly other. If you look at most actresses and actors we have right now that are high level,
Hmm.
they all basically started like they got into the
Industry.
Hollywood scenery like early, like they
Yeah.
were young as hell. So easy to influence, easy to manipulate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, but she
So
got locked up, so she's still fucked up for even being a part of that. That's on her.
let's look
But
this
yeah,
up.
look it up. But
Actress Smallville.
yeah, actress from Smallville.
Uh, I'll just put human trafficking. I don't know how to spell. We'll figure it out. All right. Oh, Alyssa Mack. 2008, she was arrested on charges of sex trafficking,
Yep,
conspiracy, forced labor.
bro, it's crazy.
Yikes.
I would have never thought that, bro, ever and ever, bro. Like I seen that show. That was like that was my shit.
Yep.
Like I would have
And
never
then look
thought
at
that.
this. Like, man, sentence for only 3 years, bro.
Oh, that's another
Like,
thing. Oh, you know what,
how
bro? There's a
bad is
crazy
that?
video, bro. There's a crazy video I'm gonna send you right now. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Let me get out of here real quick. There's a
Let's see
crazy
this.
video I want to send you. I
Send
don't
it
know if
send it
you're
through
gonna.
Discord.
Nah, I can only send it through through Instagram. I'm gonna
Oh,
tag you
okay.
in it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to play it on your screen, but
So
shit
let's look
is.
at this. Surrender prison in January 29 or September.
I'm gonna send it to you right now. All right, I sent it to you on Instagram. You think you can pull it up
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
I should be
on
able
the
to.
big screen?
I have to
Bro, it's a short video, but like it just exposes all these politicians by their name. You can look this information up, like it's public information. These people that legit got locked up, but guess what kind of time they got? 1 month, 1 year probation
yeah.
for doing crazy shit, and then
Um
they're still around.
on real quick, I can sign in.
I
Let
don't
me
know.
just yeah,
You
let
might
me
have to
bring the
do it.
Discord back up and I can move. So while we do that, yeah, you said it's only on Instagram. Maybe I can look it up. I don't know.
I don't. I doubt it. It's a dope ass Instagram page called Black Aliens. Man, they're exposing a lot of. It's like down the rabbit hole type stuff. 100%.
Okay. Yeah, I have it here. Hold on. It went right into my. All right. Hold. All right. Slide it over. There we go. Is it working? Can you hear it?
Nah,
Oh, you
not yet.
probably
Hold on.
can't hear it. Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
You're not gonna be able to hear it because I didn't share my screen. Go. All right. Can you see it? And let me take that down. You can see it, right, Bruce?
Hold on. Let me make sure I can hear it. I can see it. Yeah.
See it? All right. Cool. Um.
I hear it.
Okay. I don't think the stream can hear.
Oh yeah, they can. Wait, can't? No, I don't think they can.
Okay. Hold on, real quick. Let me go over these.
Hmm.
Figure this out. Output.
But yeah, this guy, this whoever the guy is that made this video is going after them hard. Like I respect people like this, spending this much time, do this much research and digging, and put a video like this together that goes viral. Insane.
All right, let's go on now.
Do this put a video like this together.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not coming up. I don't know why. So yeah, we're gonna have to skip on that one. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look on that one. Yeah, for some reason it's not letting me stream it. We and you can hear it, but it's not letting it stream.
Nah, I can't hear it. Damn, this is
Nah.
a good video for me to watch. Um, Hold on. What other option do we have? Um, you're sharing it on Discord through your phone.
I don't know. It's not letting me do Discord and the computer for some reason. That'll have to be
Mm.
something I'll have to like figure out and set up afterward.
All right, well, guys, you definitely want to watch that. I don't know how you're gonna find it, but the Black Aliens is the name of the Instagram page. Check them out. But
I could put it on the
overall, like,
screen.
what's up?
I said I could put it on the screen again. Here he goes. Black aliens right here.
Yeah, so you want to go ahead and follow them. They got good information. But in the video, you'll see how how much detail he has, how much research he's done on these individuals, the charges they got, all that stuff, and a lot of them, even after being charged with crazy things like not just human trafficking of you know uh, other people, but human trafficking of their own kids as well. There's politicians that have done that to their own kids, like back in the day when they would sell their daughter to the king,
Yeah, yeah,
just like that back in the day. That stuff still is going on, I think, right? Because it almost seems like that. Why would a politician do that to their own kid? It's weird.
yeah, for
That's the
sure.
only thing I can think of. But the fact that they only got, a year, probation or a couple months jail or whatever the hell, all these different cases that literally same thing. They basically got away with it in a way,
Yeah,
you
yeah, for
know?
sure, man.
Crazy.
It's just like white collar crime, man. You think about this white collar crime, man. These people, I don't know if you've seen like that series like people said about the Instagram guy, the Tinder guy that was like dating all these girls and making them pay all these other stuff. I think it was called a Tinder swindler or something like that. You think about it, this guy only got a couple of years for pretty much scamming all these people and he went right back to it. You know what I mean? Like so it's like you think these people aren't gonna do like, 3 years of, trafficking these kids? No, they're making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars helping these people, you know? Like, of course they're gonna do 3 years, 4 years max. Like they need to be the way they're locking people up for drugs, they need to be locking these people. But again, they
Yeah.
don't want to do that because that's their politicians, that's their millionaires, billionaires, that's all these people that are, pretty much helping them all these donations and stuff like that. So they don't want to mess up
Hmm.
that donation list. And it's like, I think it's crazy that these people it all goes hand in hand. Like, why do you need a $10 million, $20 to run? Why is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like that really shouldn't be a thing. That should be like, free advertisement. If me and you wanted to go, like, they should block off spaces or the government should be paying stuff like that. So you avoid like avoid that. Get good people that aren't gonna sit here and, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy that, like people come out here and just pay $10 million to someone and then now they can do whatever they want, have them locked up in their basement, chain them up and do whatever, because again, seeing it as everybody has a price on there. Everybody's worth something. Me and you are worth something. Somebody else.
Yeah, and well, dollar amount, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Dollar
like
amount.
I definitely see like they get it's all about it all comes down to like money at the end of the day. But I think it's even deeper than that, of course,
Yes.
because the rabbit hole always goes deep. And you got to
Yes.
understand, like it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. If you believe in God, a good deity, a supreme being that is positive, then you have to know without a doubt that the opposite exists, right?
Yes.
There is a Satan, there is a bad guy, and guess what? Who out of the bad guy, the good guy, would be remotely responsible for things like human trafficking? Of course, the bad guy.
Yeah.
So the bad guy is known to be very good at deception and all that stuff, right? So it just makes sense to me like that that this whole thing at its core is real. That's really where it's coming from.
Yeah.
That's really where it's coming from at the end of the day when you go as deep as you can down the rabbit hole. Like it's coming from this negative entity, you can call it. You don't want to put a name on it that is trying to just cause corruption and dark, I guess you could say, dark energy among people, right? Through separation, through racism, through human trafficking, just us doing stupid shit to each other in a way. Because it's people that are also doing it. Look, there's actresses that somehow were convinced to be a part of this stuff since they were young. She was only what, her 20s when she got locked up?
Hey, you know what that comes from, right? Just like we were talking about the Illuminati and all that other
Yeah,
stuff,
that's
man.
bro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's where that
These
comes from,
secret,
man.
yeah,
You
these
sell your
secret cults.
soul. Yup.
Where they come from? Where these secret cults come from? Who's the real leader of all these dark cults? The
Yeah.
real leader. It's the
Yeah.
bad guy. He's always been around, right? Just like the good guys there. So it's you just got to understand that no matter where you go in the universe, there's going to be good and bad. But of course, like human trafficking is something that can actually, I believe, 100% be stopped. And what I do believe also is that um, right now the judges and the people that are passing these charges or whatever, giving them 1 year probation. I have a feeling soon that table's going to turn. It's going to switch up, and someone's going to bring all these cases back alive and give them the proper time that they were supposed to get. I believe within the next like couple of decades, we're going to see all this happen. Literally, all this happen. The table's going to turn. It's not going to be a corrupt system anymore. A lot of these people are going to get locked up, and that's why it's already happening.
Yeah.
You
No,
got
it
the whole
is. It is.
Pizzagate. You got the whole Pizzagate situation. You got a lot of things, and people don't really recognize. But in the last like 10 years, even during Trump's presidency, you can look this up as well. But there was a lot of pretty big human trafficking rings that got cracked down on, that got cracked down on, that got caught, that got exposed. People got locked up, right? And so I believe that's just going to happen more and more. It's going to get to the point where you can't just go and grab some other human up and snatch them up anymore. It's just there's going to get to a point where you just can't do that because
Yeah.
of technology, because of fucking satellites. Imagine we all have access in the future to our own satellite, right? Like you can zoom in anywhere with Google Map with Google satellite. You can zoom in anywhere at any time. So imagine the future, like in the next decade, we're gonna have that to the beyond
Yeah.
advanced, more advanced than that, where you can zoom into anybody's house at any moment and see what the hell they doing. Like, yo, come outside. I'm looking at you. Hey,
Yeah.
bro.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be real. Like, that's really gonna happen. And so we already have that technology. So man, this shit's about to turn on them. They can go. They can kick some rocks. Like
Yeah.
they got to get the fuck off this planet. Is the way I see it.
Yeah. No, no. It is bad, man, because like I said, when you think about it, it the biggest thing here, a lot of like elites with the what is it called? Drinking the blood of the kids, adrenochrome or something like that. So you think about this, like, how many kids go missing per year, you know? And then how much, blood it probably takes from the drink or put on their face to make them younger or keep them young. Whatever they use it for, or whatever the myth is, which I don't honestly don't believe at all. I think these
Bro, it's been
people are snatching
it's been
kids.
happening since ancient times. It's been
Yes,
happening.
yeah,
Blood
and
sacrifice.
yes, and that's what I'm saying. Stuff like that just doesn't go away. Like, the sacrificial things just doesn't. Oh, that's it. Poof. It's illegal. You can't do it no more. That doesn't mean people aren't doing it. No, there's people sacrificing people to this day, still, for religious beliefs or whatever it is. And you think about this. We're a very we push religion on a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying, without other people like really noticing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pushed on to people that, people don't think about it, but people in those higher powers, those higher places really do care about it. I mean, look what they're doing with abortions in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like they're stopping people from getting abortions and stuff like that because of religious reasons. That's what they believe. So I mean, if you think that person from Texas doesn't think that people have abortions, you think there's not people out there that doesn't believe in human sacrificing to get ahead? You look at all these celebrities, these politicians, anybody that's made it somewhere, they've all
Mhm.
had someone close to them die.
Yep.
Once they
Yeah.
became famous, or once they
Mhm.
got to the bag, or
Mhm.
they got to the money, someone very close to them dies. You think
All the
that's just
time.
yeah, you think that's normal?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just think that's like a by accident type of thing? Like, once, something happens once, all right, cool. Twice, it's a little fishy. Third time, come on, bro.
And,
Like, come
and
on.
and think about it in general, like with a lot of these artists in Hollywood, especially the ones that come and go so fast, like
Hmm.
Nipsey, Pop Smoke, all these guys, right, that were young that just came in, got out real fast. Um, it was like I kind of feel like if you whether you believe in these sacrifices going on or not, I feel like those are like planned the way they kind of just all.
Yeah.
I mean, like just think about how like the same thing you said earlier about people missing. Like think about people in your own life, like how many people you know or known your whole life. How many people do you know or known out of all the people you've ever known, right? Just 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 die young.
Yeah.
I know a few, but
Yeah.
compared to how many people I know, it's a small ass number.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know that. I don't even know that many celebrities, but yet there's so many of them that just be dying.
Yes. I mean, I'm telling you, man, what like, just me, like I said, going down a rabbit hole, however people feel.
Yeah,
To me, man, it's just that person didn't pay their dues or didn't want to pay their dues. They asked
or it was
for it.
just or it was just a sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah, or it was just a sacrifice. Like, they asked for it. They asked for that power, they asked for that fame, and they got it. And when it came time to pay back, they said no, or they didn't, kind of go through their part of the deal. So now
That's
you
what
got to
happened with
go.
Tupac.
I
That's
I
what
think
happened
so
with
too.
Tupac.
I think so too.
Because why else did like Tupac know so much, talk
Hmm.
about it, like kind of predicted it, you know what I'm saying? Because he knew like he joined a gang, he joined a cult that's like the old school gangs where like if you try to leave, you
Yeah,
can't just leave. You know what I'm saying? You can't just quit. They're gonna
yeah,
kill you if you try to leave, right? So and I think Tupac realized what he had done. I think just being so young in his lower 20s and getting fame so early, I think he just realized it more as he went on. It was just like, yo, this ain't for me. And then it was just like, yo, you can't decide that now.
nah,
You're already in. And some people want to believe he's still alive, that he escaped. And I would say a part of me wants to believe that too, just because I'm a big Tupac fan. But at the end of the day, it could be one of those. Who are you talking about?
nah, man. I think he's gone, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Tupac is gone. They got him up out of here. He's a very dangerous person. His mom. So like when you think about Tupac, man, like think about what he could have really become. He started really getting a lot of traction. Well, his parents was part of the Black Panther movement. So he had people in his close circle that were good at organizing people, creating structure, creating organization. He had a
Yeah,
very powerful word where, if he said something, people were going to follow. And he had a gang with him. He had a gang that was ready to, do whatever they needed to do to go
mhm.
forward. So you think about this, like, the way they strategically planned that, like, come on, like he's just gonna get robbed in Diddy's and Biggie's studio, like in the lobby. Like out of all places, somebody's really gonna run. You tell me somebody's really just gonna run down on Tupac and just rob him, like and shoot him? Like, come on, man, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe in the '90s that worked. That excuse, oh,
yeah,
it was just a robbery. We don't know what happened. Like, you're not
yeah.
about to sit here and say that now in 2022, man. Like, it's just it's unbelievable, man. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and a lot of people don't even know that Pac was actually starting his own political group, right before he got, you could say assassinated, sacrificed, whatever. What's crazy is that I was, a huge Tupac fan, grew up on Tupac, and researched his whole like life, bought his poetry book, like everything about Pac. I was all on it. Then I started researching his murder.
Yeah.
I dug deep, deep into everything, and then I even listened to the songs and how he was giving hints. He was talking about Machiavelli. Then I looked up who Machiavelli was. Machiavelli was a guy who faked his death, right, to escape his enemies. So it was like, wow, like, what is he really saying? And even one of his songs before, one of his last albums before it was all over, he said, set me in the penitentiary. Knowledge gain, something like knowledge gain helped me survive several centuries. Like I was paying attention to everything. So like he learned something when he was locked up, and when he came back out, he was ready to, like, I guess, express himself, being so young still. And they basically, I guess you could say, stopped him before he got a chance to, or maybe he did go to get away. Who knows, really? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
weird story. That's a
Yeah.
weird story.
Nah, man, he was dangerous, bro. That was a dangerous time. Like you think about that, like where he was at, and where he could where he could have went from that. Because I mean, he could have started his own revolution, man, with the whole like fuck the police, all that stuff, cops, and then it really got a whole nother Black Panther movie started. Because again, you see how the Black Panthers went down. They were, they stopped them within. You know what I'm saying? Like they infiltrated them and stopped them with, turned them all against each other. That's pretty much how they turned that down. And all they was do it the same way again. It's like literally like textbook. Hey, look, let's rob this guy, shoot him inside, Biggie's and uh Diddy's studio, and we knock two birds out with one stone. You know? So
Yeah,
and,
and
and that's when you think about it. What were you gonna say?
you said you said Nevada had the highest, right?
Yeah, yeah, Nevada, yeah, for
No,
sure.
that's where Vegas is at, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's Vegas, bro.
I'm burnt right now, right? Okay, okay, yeah. So what's crazy is that when I was in Vegas, you fly over the desert, it looks empty as hell. You know, I saw things. I saw something down there, but it could have just been a drone. It could have been some, little plane that people use, personal plane. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was a UFO or something. I have no
Yeah,
idea, to be honest. But I remember thinking in my head the way the desert looked and how big it was, and how they just had this one tiny little city over here, and they made this a city specifically that is very, very much high populated, and also even more populated all year round because they made it an all year round tourist attraction. So I started thinking, like, this is perfect. This is like the perfect. Last time I was in Vegas, I was like, yo, this is the perfect place to just come snatch people up,
yeah, for sure.
because they're coming from all over the globe to you from different countries,
Yeah,
right? Different states, to this one spot. It's highly populated. People getting drunk most of the time. It's crazy as is. People, have this motto of, when I go to Vegas, it's gonna be a party, right? It's gonna be crazy. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas,
yeah,
right? So like, bro, I swear, and I could be wrong. This is just pure conspiracy theory at this point, guys who are listening right now. This is not something I researched. This is my own weird, random thought that I got passing over this on an airplane. I was like, yo, this looks like a giant, like, desert that has an underground facility, and they got this small little city that's highly populated over here, where they could just grab people up and do whatever the hell they want in this underground city in the big desert. That's just the vibe I got, bro. It could just be because I saw it could be just because I saw a lot of sci-fi crazy movies, and that's just my imagination, I guess,
yeah,
at that random moment. But that thought did come to my mind. I was like, yo, this, because I did hear somewhere about the high rate of missing people in Vegas,
yeah,
and then I'm passing over the desert, and I'm like, this is just big and empty. There's nothing here. It's crazy, just giant desert. And I'm like, man, there could easily be an underground base here, like Area 51.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, I mean,
easily.
that's where that's at. That's
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, it's out
Yeah,
there.
so exactly. So why wouldn't there just be like underground bases all over the whole desert?
Yeah. Now, I would believe that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, probably not to the extreme level that
Good
you
or
saying,
bad.
but
Good or bad. Like,
yeah,
who knows?
yeah,
You know? When they human traffic, do they really just go through regular streets, or do they? Who knows what these people do? They got private islands. They probably have
yeah.
underground cities and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, because
you
when we
know?
hear human traffic, like, so, like, just so we're clear, like, sex isn't the only human trafficking. Like, people are
Yeah,
literally grabbing people to work as well. So, like,
yeah,
kids, adults, they have adults that are human trafficked to go work for, cheap labor or for free or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, at that point, like, I don't like if I'm like a victim of human trafficking, like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get up out of there. Man. Just gonna have to kill me. I just can't see myself getting put in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and living, man. But I mean, it's got to take a lot of courage, man, to, to survive it though.
people have escaped. You know, people have escaped.
Yeah,
People have
yeah,
survived. They got their stories out there and documentaries and stuff. And
yeah,
it's a topic. It's a sensitive topic. It's a topic that is so sensitive that most people naturally unconsciously would rather reject a thought like this because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to the average person.
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
it doesn't make sense to me. Like why would someone do anything like that? It doesn't make sense to us. It's not because we're good people.
Yeah,
But you gotta understand there's evil people out there that don't feel or think like us at all.
yeah. Just
So as much as we can't imagine it, doesn't mean it's not happening.
nah, and that's very true. And like I said, last time, like, what would people gain? Like, I was like I said, I was just thinking about. It. I'm like, man, what if human trafficking wasn't as serious? And then just like you think about it, like, man, like, but what would they gain from not talking about it? The biggest thing is like, you want to put that and hide that as much as possible. Because again, you don't hear about human trafficking as much as you hear as other things. And then people aren't
Yeah,
giving it bigger time.
for like you hear more about the whole feminist thing.
Yeah.
You hear more about the transgender or the
Yes.
gay thing. You hear more about like people complaining about trying to get to the bottom of that and making equal rights or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
What about the people that just got their rights taken from them like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that should be more of a focus in my opinion as far as finding solutions. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And the thing about like we don't even like try to like make like a big campaign about it. You know what I'm saying? Or like make it awareness. Like why don't we teach our kids like, why don't like they're doing this for a reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have this as a teaching program in schools, but we have programs about drugs and all this other shit. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's. I
But
don't
when
know
it
if it should be a school topic though. I don't know if it should be a school
no,
topic, but yeah,
for
I
sure,
mean
man.
the parents should. I don't know if they should make it a school topic, but
Nah,
yeah, the
for
parents
sure.
should say to kids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, that should
I
be
don't know, man.
that should how to avoid
Imagine,
not talking about human trafficking, but how to avoid of being human trafficked. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know, you know how they got sex ed. Like,
Yeah.
imagine they had that. Like your fucking class at 1:15 is fucking about human trafficking.
Yeah, bro, it should be.
Oh no, it's crazy.
They should
Oh
have
no,
like so it should be like a class about like smoking. So like they should have a class about smoking. They
they
should have
got
a
that.
class about sex ed, and they should have a class about human trafficking. All three,
Um,
bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Like, and it's not about just like
the parents.
it's not about human trafficking, like, talking about it. It's like how to avoid it, how to avoid situations. Like, hey, look, like, don't put yourself in a situation where, if you're in high school, like, don't put yourself in a situation of drinking and you're not conscious or aware of what you're doing. Like, don't leave the house where you're at and start walking around
Yeah.
the neighborhood. Stuff like that. Like, I'm not talking about like fucking,
Well, like that, instead of human trafficking, Ed, it should be like, how to be safe out there with with this new phone technology, right? Like, and then
yeah,
you kind of
that too.
you mix it in there, like, be careful who you're talking to, because there's people
Yeah,
out
like
there that
stuff
do
like that. That's what I'm
like
saying.
things like that, and then, but more importantly, the parents got to do that because, like,
Yeah,
I
but
did that
parents aren't
since.
doing it, man. You know what I
Yeah, they
mean? Like,
got to though. They
yeah, they
got to
do.
now. You know what's crazy, man? Is like Snapchat is something that I never used. Obviously, I just thought it was for fucking just for kids, right?
Nah, it's
And
not.
I got a lot of friends that have Snapchat, so that's why I never used it because I thought it was just for kids. But anyway, I hopped on, and there is a lot of kids on it, right?
Yeah.
And I never knew that there's a feature on Snapchat that shows like a GPS and it shows where
Yeah.
everybody
And they
has
all
it
got
on.
it on.
Bro, they all have it on. Number one, and I'm getting these random ass messages, right, from little ass freaking girls and little ass boys, right, that just send pictures and shit to people, and I'm just like, bro,
Streaks.
you're like you're
Yeah.
like fucking 12. Like this is crazy the era how it could be so accessible,
Yeah.
right? Like so like that's the number one thing they gotta teach the kids, bro. The social media, be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who you talking to, man. Like, you don't know what who they are. They might look different on their profile, you know?
Yes, man, and that's crazy that, because that's kind of like a subject that was like big in my house here in the past like year or so. So it's like, my daughter's at that age where she like conscious enough to start talking to people and then still gullible enough to like just believe everybody on the internet or believe everybody. Like, we have relatives that are above 18 and then are so trusting on that internet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I see here like Kay's like saying, a whole safety class. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like do it like a whole safety class, teaching kids how to be aware of their surroundings. Yeah, stuff like that. This creeps on everyone. She does trick or treating and followed by Snapchat. Like, look at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's a thing, and they knew their friend's
yeah.
address, just off Snapchat. Like,
Yeah,
that's a
bro.
thing.
Like
Like, I tell my daughter, turn all that shit off. Like, like,
bro,
don't have
these
that
people
stuff
have
on.
hit me up. They have hit me up before, and I had like showed, like if I was with my stepdaughter or Maris, I would show my stepdaughter like, yo, this little ass person's little boy, this little girl, 12, 13 years old, just messaging strangers. This is what they do. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
man. Yeah, like Xbox, man, and all the time, man. I'm like the biggest weirdo. Like, people probably hate me on Xbox. Like, so, like, there's this thing called looking for groups, and it'll be like, so like people put like adults only, like, you know what I mean, and there will be kids on there saying, I'm 12, 13, 14, only kids, and I'll message them like, please don't write only kids, like, just move people, like, cause there's weird people. Like, I would literally message them on Xbox, like, yo, please don't put your age. Hey, look, I'm not joining your party. I'm just here to tell you, don't put your
Yeah,
age. Don't.
maybe they do that,
Yeah,
bro. It's
but they do
crazy.
stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's weird people out there. There's weird people that'll come out
But you
here
know
and act
why
like
though? Because
kids.
you know why too? Because there's parents out there that honestly don't care. They don't do any of this extra stuff to like, make sure their kids not, they're just not aware of themselves either too. Sometimes they're just too busy or they're just not aware of how crazy it got this day and age and with the internet because they're too old or something.
Yeah,
Or they just don't realize that it's happening underneath their eyes. And bro, you gotta be careful. Like I'm telling you, like it's
yeah,
one of those weird. It's one of those weird things that you kind of have to have these conversations with
early, early,
with your
man.
kid.
Yeah,
It's a
early.
weird thing, but you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah, not for sure. I mean, we were having conversations with my daughter, like, because there was things happening. I want to say as early as 7, bro. Like 7, 6 years old. Like, and it sounds weird that I gotta have that conversation.
yeah,
But like, you know what I mean? My daughter was finding like weirdos on another big app that was bad, like for like trafficking people on, was man, what is that? Roblox. Roblox. Huge.
never heard of it.
Huge, bro, for like kids or getting kids off of there. Like,
Crazy.
there's people that's on there that act like kids and then play
Bro,
with
do you
kids all
remember
day.
AOL? Do you
Yeah,
remember
well,
AOL?
yeah.
Do you remember the chat rooms
Yeah, I
when
remember,
when we were kids?
yes, I
Bro,
remember.
do you
Age,
remember going
sex,
into the chat
location,
room?
bro.
Yeah, you
ASL.
used to go. Yeah, you used to go
Yeah.
into the room for like 12 M J.
Yeah. Hey, you
Who
wrote that
wants
a lot, huh?
who, who wants to chat? Who
Yeah.
wants to private? Who wants to private?
Yeah,
Bro, you never
yeah.
know who the fuck you were talking to. It's so crazy now that I think about it. Like I still remember that shit because I remember stuff when I was a kid. It
Yeah.
wasn't like that long ago. I remember when I was 12, 11, 10, 8, all that shit. So AOL was crazy. Like it was just girls and guys just dropping their age, sex, location, bro. Everybody.
Oh, hold on. When that kid messaged you and told you them that your age and they kept trying to talk to you and educated them about safe because other people. Oh yeah, yeah. So like yeah, even this other kid, man, like I remember there was this kid on Xbox, like I messaged him, I was like, look, man, like please like I was telling you, and the kid was like, oh no, it's okay. Like I just need friends or somebody to talk to. Like you seem nice. I'm like, no, I'm not nice. I was like, that's what I told him. Like, I'm not nice. Like don't trust anybody on here. Like they're just like, and it's, again, like you said, like parents don't like some parents don't care. I just think some parents just don't know how to have conversations with their kids besides yelling at them. You know what I'm saying? Like some parents just honestly all they know is yelling, and then that's why their kids or a kid gets kidnapped out there because they don't have the conversations with them. Like I tell my daughter all the time, like, man, be aware of your surroundings. If somebody's like driving by you slow, that's not normal. Like, get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. You know what I
It's
mean?
either drive by
Yeah.
or snatch.
Yeah. Like, if
It
somebody
ain't
if
good either way.
yeah, if you see a random person more than once in a day, it's not that's not okay. That's not normal. Get away from that person, Things like that. If they're messaging you and asking you what's your age and where you're at and is your parents home? Things like that. Like, told our daughter, like, if you see stuff like that, let us know. Like, tell us have that open conversation with your kid so they're not becoming a statistic. And that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, people are not like protecting even these are not just little kids. These are your kids at 20 years old, 25 years old, 26, 27, 30 years old. Like, because some people have kids at 30, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you just gotta know how to be, just on point. You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Just on point. That's the best way I can explain it because even to this day, myself, like I'm always on point. I think it's because I grew up in a bad neighborhood, so you had to
Yeah,
be on
yeah,
point.
same,
Like
yeah.
you had to be on point, and you also just don't ever turn your back to anyone. Like
Yeah.
even if I'm in a supermarket and I'm in line, my back is not to nobody.
Nah,
I'm actually
yeah.
my,
To the
my back
side.
is to like the magazines.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm still sideways. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't turn my back on to no one. It's a habit because I grew up in that type of environment. So it's like you just kind of you learn how to be on point. Like you walk through the hood, you see a group of five guys up ahead on the same side of the street. What do
I'm
you
going
do?
other
You cross
side, man.
the street.
Yeah.
You cross the street and you do a quick little shortcut around the block to go to your destination because in that type of neighborhood, you walk past those guys, there's a good 70% chance it's gonna be some trouble
Man, more than
for no
that.
reason.
More
For
than
no
that.
reason.
I would say like that. When I
In
was
some
younger
in some neighborhoods, yeah, in some neighborhoods, it's
Yes.
99.9% chances that something
Yes.
gonna happen. But you just
Yes.
cross the street. You just know you on point. You smell it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this car's going slow. Oh hell no, I'm out of here, bro. Who's
Yeah.
that? They got tinted windows. They got tinted.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here,
Yeah.
man.
Nah, for sure, man. Like for sure. Like, like I said, in my neighborhood, and there was a kid like walking by or something like that. Yeah, man, what are you doing, bro? Like, why you gonna walk right next to us or across from us? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just bad news. Like, it's just something you don't do. But like kids in the suburbs don't grow up like that, man. Naive to the world, man. They think, it's everything's, freaking roses and sunshine, Like it's not like that out here. And
Still
like
gotta be on point.
yeah, yeah, for sure. You always gotta be on point, man. And it's just like I said, it's just people aren't having that conversation with their kids. They're not talking to them. They're not telling them these things. And it's like that's why their kids are ending up on
Oh,
Walmart's Wall of Fame or missing persons.
bro, you know what's crazy? I just remembered. But we'll wrap it up on this then.
Hmm.
Um, so I saw a video my buddy Kyle shared on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it, but I shared it as well. One of the head guys that's behind Meta was caught. One of the head guys that's behind Meta was caught by one of those TV programs that basically catches pedophiles.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They caught this guy. He gave the address to a hotel and everything. On
No
my
way.
Facebook page. Yeah, on my Facebook page. One of the head
Let's
guys
look
in
it
Meta.
up.
He gave the kid the address to the hotel and everything. Instead, these people came and exposed him. And it was just some regular,
Okay.
like older dude in his like 40s or something. I don't know. and the boy was supposed to be 12 years old when he was expecting to come to the hotel.
No way. Let's look it up. Let's see if we can find it.
I mean, you can go on my Facebook page and find. I don't know where we're gonna find it online, but you can check. You can
What
Google
it
that.
was from Facebook or what was it from?
I don't know if it was on YouTube. It probably was. I can't go on my phone right now because I'm on the
No, I'm
phone
saying
on
like was
this.
it you said the metaverse or something like that.
No, no, it was one of the head guys from Meta, the
What's
company.
meta? Head
Just put
person.
someone working for Meta gets caught. I don't know, trying to see a little boy. I don't know what to call
Caught
that, man.
with out.
Yeah, or just go on my Facebook and see that video.
Yep,
It's
right
either
here. High level
yo,
meta employee fired after being yep, right here. High level
wow.
meta employee fired after being alleged caught kissing a minor for sex.
Oh yeah, there we go.
35-year-old.
Yeah.
Yep,
Oh
there he
yeah,
goes in
February
Columbus.
18th. Yep. Yeah,
Yo,
February 18th.
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That is like, what do people like? Come on,
Oh,
man.
you know what's bro? They because they control the technology, so they
Yeah,
know. Like these pedophiles, they want to gain control over technology like that and be at the top because that's gonna be their easiest way to get access to what they want access to.
yeah. Look at
Easiest
this.
way. They'll know if they're talking to a 12-year-old boy. They know. They know everything. They know
Look at look.
where that is coming from.
I was what the fuck you doing flirting with a 12-year-old boy, bro?
Bro, that's what I'm saying. And look at
A
the guy.
13-year look believe what?
Look at the guy though. Where's his picture?
If they show.
Oh, he's 36?
Yeah, he's
Bro,
36. Like heard
I
admitted
thought he was
chatting
I thought
with
he
and sending
was
sexual explicit messages to the believed 13-year-old. Like what?
they don't have his picture.
They don't
They're
have his
not trying.
picture? Nah, I'm sure I can find it. Hold on.
I
Guys
know
are
what he looks like. I remember what he looks like too, so yeah. And he was caught. Like he didn't even know what to say. He was like, "Oh, I thought I never would have thought the boy would come."
hey,
Like,
they
really? Then
they
why'd you give him the address?
yep. Yeah. What was his name again? Oh, high level. Let's see. 35-year-olds Aaron Miles. There he goes. That right here.
It's about to pop up right now.
Hey, he looks like a pedo. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah, there he goes. That's him.
Yeah, he looks like a pedo, bro.
He got that fucking look. The fuck? And you could tell he didn't know how to react. That was the video I saw on him. He didn't know how to answer the questions. You gotta watch it. You could tell he knew he was caught. You could just tell, like he just look at him on the picture right there.
Yeah,
One of the head guys of Meta, bro. That's crazy when you think about it.
executive, bro. It's just like what?
Like who's putting these guys up there?
Yeah,
Who's giving them that job? That's who you also got to investigate.
yeah. I
Putting
mean,
them
I
in.
guess it is kind of hard. Like, I don't like fault the person giving them that job because that is kind of like
I mean, I
hard, I
understand.
guess.
Maybe not. But at the same time, maybe who knows? Maybe they're all in on it. But investigate them all. That's what I would do.
Yeah, yeah. Now, if one gets caught,
Put the
I would
yeah,
say investigate.
all of them,
Yeah, all of them.
the
Yeah,
whole
all the
department,
heads. Yeah,
okay?
that whole department. Yes, for
Because it's a
sure.
serious topic. But let's yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap today's episode up on human trafficking. We talked about quite a few things, guys. Look this stuff up yourself. If you have kids, have the right conversations, do it the right way, and just know that there's positive ways to teach someone how to be on point, I guess you can call it, without them wanting to rebel. I know that
Yes.
can be a common thing that happens with parenting and stuff like that. So you could do it in a cool way. You could do it in a cool way. Trust me, there's always a cool option. All right.
Yeah.
But that's it, guys. Go down the rabbit hole yourself, see what's out there. Spread awareness because at the end of the day, when we spread awareness to topics like this, even if they are uncomfortable, the awareness of it is what's helping this whole thing get cracked down on now. That's why so many in the last decade have been exposed, and crack down on in just the last decade. A lot of them, right? So the
Yeah.
more we raise level of awareness to topics like this, we will definitely be have a better chance at fighting against it and keeping everybody safe. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in as always, Anthony.
Man, I don't got much to say. Just appreciate everybody's that's been watching the view. The videos. Appreciate everybody's been turning out to the. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm out.